Yo, what's up? My name is Patrouski. Welcome back to another PokeMMO stream recap, your daily source of tips, tricks, information, discussion, everything happening in PokeMMO. We try to cover it here every single day, Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. If you find yourself enjoying your time here, enjoying watching the videos on your second monitor while you grind PokeMMO, good luck on shinies today. Go ahead and consider hitting the like button on YouTube and even subscribing for daily PokeMMO videos, or check out the streams live over on Twitch if you're interested. Let's go ahead and jump into our daily PokeMMO stream recap shenanigans and jump into the upcoming catch events within the game this week. There's about 3 to 4 catch events every single week within PokeMMO. There is 2 scheduled right now alongside an alternative kind of competition we'll cover in a quick sec if you aren't aware. But on Wednesday, the 24th of June at 3 p.m. ET, there is a catch event in Turnbat Cave in Sinnoh with Spiritomb, Graveler, Haunter, and Golbat being the catchable Pokemon. You're probably just going to want to run back and forth and catch wild Pokemon. I think Rock Smashing here for the Spiritombs is going to be a trap, but you can try to do it if you want to. I think it's going to be much more difficult to place in the event, though, if you're trying to do that. There's just so few encounters per hour with that strategy. The nature bonuses are +4 for Calm, +2 for Careful, and -3 for Lax. And there is a non-shiny, so weird prize. None of the Pokemon you're catching, right, are the actual prizes. You get yourself a gift Cranidos or Shieldon, but this is the best place in the game to fossil hunt for these 2 Pokemon. So that's why they're doing this. It makes a lot of sense. There's also 1,000 reward points up for grabs. Now, Shieldon/Bastiodon, very cool Pokemon, not the most usable Pokemon in PokeMMO. I will be completely frank and honest. Cranidos/Rampardos actually pretty darn useful, used as a physical attacker in raids and used as a special attacker as one of the only Pokemon in the game that can actually use the best XP training spot in the game over at Mount Silver. So still a very, very good prize for a good PVM Pokemon with that Cranidos. If you want to go for a 6x31 Bastiodon, I think that's cool as hell. Not the most useful, but cool as hell. Anyways, next up, really good shiny prize for this event if you have not seen it on Saturday, the 27th of June. Saturday catch event at like 7 p.m. ET. This is going to be a busy, competitive, very cool catch event. It's at Route 12 in Unova. You've got Combee or Sunkern with these nature bonuses on screen. I will sadly be missing this catch event. I have plans this weekend, but there is a shiny Vespiquen up for grabs. I've always wanted a shiny Vespiquen. Really cool Pokemon, really cool shiny, underrated hunt. Not the most useful, not very good in PVM, not very good in PvP. It's got awful typing, but look at the shiny, dude. It's fucking gorgeous. Check it out. Plus 1,000 RP, obviously, heading into Shiny War is always nice. Next up, the screenshot competition. There is a competition right now with a theme. That's important. They want you to take a screenshot showing us day or night, or day and night if you want to. And kind of whatever that may look like to you, right? Whatever that may look like to you. You want to have Pokemon, sprites, outfits. Let's see if there's some examples actually. Here we go. Someone Sunday temple trekking. So we have some examples now. I was showing this yesterday, and I don't think anybody had uploaded any screenshots yet, but people are starting to get the ball rolling. This event just went live, I think, as of today, and you have until Tuesday, June 30th to upload screenshot pictures and participate in this event. Anybody can participate in this. It's all about creativity and angles and kind of like directing and camera work and photography, which is beautiful. I love that PokeMMO does these like artistic, artsy style events. I think it's a really cool way to reward players who have a different skill set. Not a skill set that I have, but I think it's really cool. There's a shiny Solrock or a shiny Lunatone up for grabs as well, plus some reward points. All right, moving on. Now, this is just a guide over on the forums, and it should be linked in the description. If it is not, you can call me Stinky legally in the comments. But this guide is a really cool one and an underrated one. It's made by a guy named Saviper, and he realized that actually there was an old guide for this, but he can't find it anymore. So this is a guide for cool hatching locations. If you ever wanted to like hatch a shiny Pokemon, rebreed a shiny Pokemon, or just get some hatch location for any reason. And there's tons of really cool ones. So you have like the event exclusive ones, which are good to know about during like the Lunar New Year event and the Halloween event. You also have the blank name location. So if you go in between the ferry of Slateport City and Lilycove City, it will just come out blank, which is very, very cool. And you can also get ___ as your hatch location if you spectate a tournament and stay in the arena while you hatch an egg. You can also work towards things like the team tournament arena. One of my favorite, probably my favorite location in the entire game in PokeMMO. It is only ever active when there's a team tournament going on, so it's very difficult to get screenshots and like get any hatchings with that label, but that is probably one of the coolest ones in my opinion. So shout out to Viper for compiling all this information for shiny hunters, egg hunters, anybody interested in stuff like that. I think it's an extra little way to add more customization, more personality to your Pokemon, and that is always a good thing. Next up, let's get into our item market check. We're actually revisiting an item that I think I've covered at least in the past. I'm not sure if I've covered this item for its market, but I have covered it because I think it's a really cool, like, I don't want to say underrated vanity, but a very cool recent vanity that's one of the few hair options in the game. There's not a whole lot of like unique hair options within PokeMMO, and you could argue that maybe it's on its rise. It's finally plateaued and bottomed out, and maybe it's going up, but that's up to you to judge. I'm not here to give financial advice. I'm here to just give information, history, you know, the knowledge, the facts. I'm here to provide the facts, and then you guys can do your own speculation. So the Origin Hairstyle was released recently in the 2026 Lunar New Year event. And it was super expensive during the event, as most vanities are, super overpriced. That is normal. Don't see that and be like, wow, what a good deal. But it was like 7.5 mil during the event, very quickly dropped down to like 400k and then 350k, bounced a little bit between 350 and 400k, and then it kind of, you know, came down to 280k we saw there for a quick little 27k. We can see there. Back up to like 350 or so, 300k, back down a bit here, 260, 270. Now we're like consistently in the 250k to 300k mark. We get as low as like 230k, 225 I think we saw, 220k was the cheapest for this item, and then right here you can see it ticks back up. So we reached as low as like 220k, low 200ks, and then it ticks back up to like 260, 280, 300, and then from there we've kind of ticked back up consistently. We peaked a little bit there, like 600k, 300k, 350, 400k. So at first we started off between 400k and 350, and then 350 and 300, and then 300 and 250, and as low as 220k. Then we go down and we rise back up to now 250 to 300. Once we reach here, 300 to 350, now 400. So now we're at like 300 to 400k, and we come back down a little bit. That's important. I think right now the vanity is bouncing anywhere from between 300 to 400k, and it's really important to also check the amount of them on the market, because there's about 39 to 40 of them right now. There's pretty consistently about 30 to 50 of these on the market, so it's not like a super rare vanity. That's important, but it's not like Omega common either. It's a very, very cool vanity. I think it's one of the few ways to adjust your hairstyle within PokeMMO, and there's an argument to be made that like maybe it's on its incline finally. Usually when an event happens, vanities come out, they slowly go down for a bit, and they reach their bottom out, and then they start to go up as all the supply. So basically what it is when an event happens, there's all this supply. People are opening sealed product, they're playing the event, all the supply is being pumped in. Supply. All the supply is being pumped in, right? And then as the event ends, the supply stops coming into the game, and prices sort of stabilize and normalize. Now, instead of people selling them for profit or trying to buy them up as an investment, we start getting into, okay, once we get about here, you're getting into people buying the item because they want to wear it. Genuine demand, which is really important. So once you reach that like genuine demand phase, which I think is a really cool, I think there's a lot of genuine demand for this item, you get into that like people buying the vanity because they want it, right? Because they want it, they just barely missed the Lunar New Year event. Another big thing with items like this is if you played during the Lunar New Year event, you probably had enough cash to scoop this up. So what are the odds what are the odds, for example, that like you didn't play in February, but you are playing in like March? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's pretty recent. So the further you get removed from the event, the further we remove ourselves from February, that's how you know people really want the item because they want to own it, want to wear it, and that's really important. The further removed you get, the less supply you have, the more demand, yada yada yada. I think it's a very cool event. I just wanted to cover some history, some facts on it. Hopefully that can help people gauge their interest and figure out whether they want to buy this item to wear for yourself or not. That's the main thing I want to do it and talk about here today. So that's our daily item market check. Next up, we have our achievement showcase, of course, as usual. The achievement showcase is a way for me to let you guys flex your achievements, shout out what you've been up to, what you've been grinding, as well as hopefully give some other players some inspiration. One of the most important questions you have to ask yourself every day when you load up PokeMMO is, what do I want to do today? What goal do I want to go for? What shiny do I want to achieve? What raid Pokemon do I need to get, right? All that jazz. So let's just jump into it. With first things first, Reinshi with their third shiny OT, getting themselves a 7,500 encounter shiny Spinda. All under odds shiny, apparently. Dude, hey, congratulations, man. Great shiny, congratulations. Next up, a lot of just cool shinies here. 10,000 encounter shiny Aron from KCD. Very underrated shiny hunt. I'm surprised I don't see more people shiny hunt Aron and Laron. Very cool shinies. The whole line is awesome shinies, so it's a great one to go for. Congratulations on the lucky Aron at 10,000 encounters. Next up was doing some Victory Road hordes just to kill a little bit of time before a catch event, and they ran into a shiny dino. I think stories like this are a fantastic representation of, like, if you want to, and it's beneficial and good to always never waste time when you're playing PokeMMO. Having what I call go-to activities is amazing. Having a go-to shiny hunt where you don't need a whole lot of resources, you can just go single encounter and pop some lures, or go do times 5 hordes near a PC and fly there, right? Having these go-to activities. Let's say you love, like, making some Pokeyen. If you want a shiny hunt, there's tons of shiny hunts. Let's say you want to make some Pokeyen. You want a really low requirement activity, you want to make some Pokeyen, go catch Ninkadas, right? Or go shiny hunt Shroomish and maybe catch some Shroomishes for profit. While you're doing that, it's so good to have a list of go-to activities in your brain, a go-to shiny hunt. If you don't know what to do in PokeMMO, have something that is your default, and that can change every few months or every month or every day if you want it to, but it's really good to have a default, in my opinion, a go-to shiny hunt, a go-to money-making method, and then a go-to alternative activity like grinding Battle Tower, playing an alt account, grinding an alt account, playing your Iron Man account, whatever it may be. All right, so congrats over to Freakachu. Nice name, dude. Next up, an 811 encounter shiny Rapidash. Very lucky, very low encounters, very cool to see. You don't see that a whole lot. Congratulations over to you, Gale X. Nice and simple, but still insane, dude. Next up, the opposite angle, a 65,000 encounter shiny Graveler gotten while rock smashing over in Sinnoh. This guy is either Spirit Tube hunting like a Giga Chad, or fossil farming, you know, making some Pokeyen, and he got himself a shiny Graveler. Congratulations, Fowlin, at 65,000 encounters. I would say it's very, very well deserved, and it's cool to get one from a Rock Smash, man. And this is also a scary Pokemon to catch. Graveler can have self-destruct. I think I might be able to have takedown at that spot at that level. This can be a very, very scary Pokemon, so congratulations to you, man, on the catch. Next up, I love this, man. Noah said, I will get 5 shinies this month, and they ended up getting 5 shinies this month with like 4 days left in the month to spare. Congratulations to you, Noah. I think shit like this is awesome. I think PokeMMO, games like PokeMMO, games like Old School RuneScape are fantastic games at helping you set a goal and achieve it. And that simple act of setting a goal and achieving it is something a lot of people need to build a mental foundation, to build self-confidence, to build just the ability, your willpower, your mental stability to allow yourself to do things in life. As dumb as it may sound, I think even just getting things like on a video game, setting a goal and achieving it, no matter what that goal may be, I think is super crucial to the human experience. So congrats on Noah for doing that within PokeMMO and getting your 5 shinies, man. Next up, Matarusu, congratulations over to Team Mush. Been seeing a lot of you guys recently. Keep popping off, keep it up, gamers. Shiny Shelmet, I love this shiny, man. Underrated shiny hunt in my opinion. Shelmet and the other one, Carablast. I think Shelmet evolves into Exceldor and Carablast is Escavalier if I recall correctly, but I did Shelmet personally. I think Exceldor is a fantastically underrated shiny. If you don't like the golden kissy fella, I don't blame you. I'm not a huge fan of that either, actually. What I do like is what it evolves into, which is shiny Exceldor. And let me just show you that really quick if you aren't familiar. Shiny Exceldor is sick. This is such an underrated shiny. It's also a sticky hold Pokemon, which means you can use this to fishing shiny hunt once you get it. So not only is it an underrated shiny, it's a utility shiny at that. Really cool Pokemon. I love Exceldor. So crazily underrated in my opinion. All right, congrats to you on that 2x 31 shiny Shelmet. 2x 31 HP and speed as well. Nice stats. Congratulations. Next up, 3 shinies in 12 hours was achieved by Cooney during a team event. This is why I love team events like this in Pokemon, because it inspires people and pushes people, and they'll achieve things that they normally wouldn't have done or haven't done before, and it's really fucking sick, dude. Congrats to Cooney getting a 57,000 encounter shiny Arbok into, also he was like putting in the work. Look at that, 57k encounter shiny Arbok into a 4,006, almost 5,000 encounters within that 12 hours on shiny Haunter, and then into an almost 1,000 encounter Spinda. Also look at the stats on that Spinda. It's almost 20 plus in everything except for attack and speed def, I believe, and then 31 speed. That you could use a prismatic pearl, put contrary on that, and use it as a contrary Spinda for catching alphas. Really fucking nice work, Cooney. Congratulations on 3 shinies in 12 hours played during a Team Optic event, dude. Teams that host events are amazing. It's that community driven nature in Pokemon that I think makes it special. MMOs are often defined by these socializations, by the friends, by the community activities. Make sure to try to be involved in them if you can. Someone actually asked me recently, like, should I join a team in PokeMMO Patrouski? It's one of the most classic questions, and I have tons of videos on this topic, but I cannot recommend people joining a team enough. If you find yourself bored or burnt out or tired of Pokemon and you aren't even in a team, to me, that is like, you know, step one, join a team, find some people who you can like, hang out with, communicate, grind together. There's nothing like being on a Discord call or a TeamSpeak call back in the day at 2 a.m. shiny hunting with the boys on a charm link together. It is a really cool experience that PokeMMO can give you. Next up, though, the final achievement showcase for today from Shuko, who just says, "Oh my god," got himself a single encounter. This is not an egg. Single encounter, wild, shiny Quilava at 55,000 encounters dry, and he caught it with a Master Ball to forever flex that it was a single wild encounter versus being an egg. You can't switch out a Master Ball with an egg, so this will forever staple it as a wild caught single encounter rare shiny like this. Congratulations to you, dude, on your Quilava. And I think that's everything I wanted to go ahead and mention today for our stream recap intro. Make sure to like today's video if you enjoyed it. Helps me out a ton, and subscribe obviously if you want to. Let's go ahead and see what chat wants to get into today, what shenanigans Twitch chatters and Pokemon players are up to. What's been the hardest part of playing the Ironman accounts overall? I've been Ironman on many other games like Old School RuneScape, but never on a Pokemon MMO. It really comes down to, you have to do certain activities to make progress. And if you're an old school RuneScape player, you know this. You have to do certain quests, you know? Well, you don't have to, but it'll put you at a big disadvantage. For me, I hate amulet coin farming. Amulet coin farming is one of the most annoying things to me, and it's something you have to do to get good Pokeyen on an Ironman account. So just stomaching through the things you don't want to do, which is kind of funny in a video game, but I think it's also beautiful and it teaches you a lot, you know? I think overall, one of the hardest things for pretty much any Ironman is getting started on berry farming. Getting your initial seeds to start berry farming is one of the hardest things. I was shard farming and turning those in for little berries here and there to crush for seeds. I was frisk thieving hordes of Pokeyen for the occasional Pecha berry. Like, getting started berry farming is so hard. Great question. Oh my goodness, my name is Patrouski, and we just got some massive PokeForce news. If you haven't watched my recent video, there was a big thing that went down with PokeForce. Very sadly, there was a very big negative and a very big positive that happened, and they are following up on that very big positive. And that's the main thing that I was looking for with this whole situation. PokeForce is having a public test coming up on July 30th. July public test has been confirmed for PokeForce. They will be getting on July 30th, Thursday at 2 p.m. and it will last until August 3rd, 2026 at 8 p.m. This test marks an important milestone for the project. It will be the first opportunity for players to get hands-on experience with the latest version of the game. I'm so fucking excited for this. Throughout the test, you'll be able to explore and experience new features. I haven't read any of this yet, and help us identify areas that need improvement. This is all about this. This is going to be buggy and wonky. This is a bug test. This is really important. Okay, right? As we get closer to launch, we'll be sharing more information about features available during the test, content and areas that can be explored, testing goals and feedback opportunities, and additional details on what to expect during the week. We want to thank everyone for the continued support and blah, 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 blah. I love you, PokeForce. We can't wait to see you guys Thursday, July 30th. It's been scheduled. Mark your calendars, cancel your family vacations, and get ready, boys. The PokeForce public test is coming. Hell fucking yeah, dude. This is a great question. Oipat and chat, should I lore hunt for the baby versions of Pokemon or just breed them down? That's a great question. It depends on the baby Pokemon and how difficult it is. Like some of them, I think Munchlax, you have to like give a certain incense and it's kind of expensive. I would probably just go lore for that one. But it depends on what's easy, what you prefer. There's no wrong way to go about it. You're only doing it once anyway, so it's not like you don't need to be like super efficient or whatever. Pichu is breaking me. Pichu might be you just breed down a Pikachu. You don't even need to give it an item, correct? So like that, for example, I would just go ahead and breed, right? You could buy or catch a Pikachu or some shit, right? Catch a Pikachu and then just breed it down. Easy peasy. Great question, right? Great question. So the easy ones, yeah, hopefully that answers it. The easy ones, I would just go ahead and, if they become a baby by default, just breed them down. That's so easy. But then if they, you need to like give them an item like an incense, I would avoid it personally. Dude, this is all I can hope for with videos that I like that I try to make. Murillo, for those who don't know, is the PokeMMO Labs creator. And this is the goal, for better or for worse. Hey, Pat, how's it going, bro? Your video literally broke my server. I had to upgrade it yesterday after 2M plus requests hit the site. I don't know what the fuck that entails. What? I'm sure it's not people. I'm sure it's, I don't know. Obviously, it's like clicks. I don't know. Thanks again for all the support. Also cooking up some huge team builder updates. I think you'll freak out when they're ready. Dude, that's awesome. I'm honored to hear it. Like I try to shout out projects like that because number one, they're helpful to the people that make them and they're cool. And obviously you're adding to the game. And then number two, they're helpful to the people that are using them, right? That's the goal. It's mutually beneficial. So if I can push forward mutually beneficial stuff, that's the goal, man. I'm happy. Thank you for coming back and telling me. I try to leave a positive impact, but I don't always feel like I do. So I appreciate the heads up, man, selfishly. Dude, I've never even thought about this. You might actually be the first Iron Man to run into this problem, which is really, really funny. Sammy said, is there any use for elemental orbs after you have all the legendary birds 6x31, Pat? I can't sell them on the GTL because I'm an Iron Man. If you sell them to a Pokemart, maybe that. But like, that might be it. That's really funny, actually. I've never heard any other Iron Man come into that problem. That's never happened. So great question. Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe you might be able to sell them for some. Let's see. I can check really quick and not stuff my run. Do they have a sell value? You can sell them for 1,200 Pokeyen a piece. It's not nothing, but yeah, great question. This is very cool and not something you see every day in PokeMMO. This is a shiny Swellow with the OT Swellow. So someone got the IGN Swellow and then purposely made it a point to go shiny hunt Swellow. A very underrated shiny Pokemon, might I add. Also, it took 92,000 encounters. That's crazy, man. That is a very cool flex from Swellow. Wait, this is actually like disgustingly rare. This is a Twitch flex. Hasty Alpha Murkrow 6x0. So 0 IVs are actually rarer on an alpha Pokemon because you have the 2x31 guaranteed. So each Pokemon has 2 less rolls that you can't roll a 0 on. It's actually very hard to try to get a 6x0 alpha. And it's more difficult. I don't know if it's more expensive, but it's more difficult and awkward to get one like a normal breed. The fact that you kept this alpha the whole way, it cost you 3 million Pokeyen, someone said. Is that accurate? Like, that's crazy, man. 3 million Pokeyen to make this. I like the particle effect on it as well. Like, that's really cool. That's awesome, dude. That's a very, very cool one-of-a-kind collector's item. Congratulations, dude. All right, someone asked, I got a question, not sure how niche it is, but what Pokemon would make a ton of money if you leveled it up and sold in the GTL? Not niche at all. Very common. XP trading Pokemon for profit is a very, very common thing. I have a bunch of videos that go over a few. I think I have videos. Let me actually go really quick. Best Pokemon to XP train for profit. I think I have videos on this. Pretty sure. But if not, I should make one. I have a video called Training Pokemon for Profit is Perfect for New Players. XP Training Guide. I could do more. I would love to do more examples of this, honestly. More testings of this. this is a cool one because it's like, I think this teaches you a lot about the game, and it teaches you a lot about like how to find money-making methods. You want to ask yourself, what Pokemon do I need as a new player? You know, you're going to find out, oh, what does Patrouski say? What do new players need, right? Jimmy Run teams, Typhlosions, Cloisters, Articunos, Smeargles, catching Pokemon, Brelooms, all that jazz, right? So like, let's look at Typhlosion, right? If you can buy a Cyndaquil, a Jimmy Run ones, 2x31, special attack and speed, right? Cheapest price, 74k. So you can buy a Cyndaquil for 74k, EV train and XP train it. Let's do level 100. But you can do, these train pretty fast. Oh, whoopsie, one sec, whoopsie. Looking for minimum level, there we go. Dude, like that's a pretty crazy margin. Buy the Cyndaquil for 75k, EV train and XP train it, sell it for 110k profit per one. You could do 5 of these in a few hours and make 600,000, 550k Pokeyen profit, minus the like listing fee, maybe like 500k profit. I'm pretty sure I've done videos on this in the past as well, showing off this and testing this. I have a video, a playlist on my YouTube channel called PokeMMO Money Making Methods, which has hundreds of videos full of money-making methods, as well as a video called 63 money-making methods in PokeMMO. So if you're ever looking for money-making methods, I have tons and tons of videos and resources on it. It can be a little bit tricky to find sometimes, but hopefully it's not too bad. If you're ever looking for something, you can always ask me in stream, you know, give me your details of like, oh, I have 3 regions done, or this, or blah, blah, and I'll try to help you the best I can. I don't always have time, but I try to do the best I can. Pokemon you want to level for profit are just commonly used Pokemon in the game. Your Smeargles, you don't want to do Brelooms because they are so slow to level. But things like Smeargle, things like Typhlosions, things like Jimmy Run Cloisters, like it's kind of just using your basic logic and kind of deducing, oh, well, people, I need this. I had to do this for myself, so therefore other people probably need it, you know? An underrated example of a Pokemon that people really need is actually Gothitelle. People really need decent Gothitelles. Number one, for the pumpkin boss. The pumpkin boss requires a good Gothitelle, as well as pretty specific Gothitelle, as well as the Amulet farming, which I'm doing right now. So like if I were to look up like a Gothitelle with like 20 plus HP, 20 plus defense, 20 plus speed, you don't really need Spatak or Spadef, but something like this, which, and I haven't checked this in a long time, so I'm just doing the live time. And you want like plus defense nature potentially for the clapping seal jewels. Let's do bold, I guess, because mine's bold. What a plus defense nature. Okay, well then you get no examples. Let's do, because it's hard to find. Like, let's do impish. Like, there are not enough Gothitelles on the market. I think there's a lot of money to be made in Gothitelles, and nobody thinks about, like, PokeMMO is a game where the more creative you are and the more you understand about the game, the more game knowledge, the more markets you analyze, the more money you will make. It is a game knowledge game. Because I played the game for 12,000 fucking hours, and I know that Gothitelle is an underserved market. There's a lot of room there. You could do a bunch of XP training Gothitelles for profit, or EV training, or breeding, or there's catching probably. That'd be a little more specific, I would, and less consistent and more RNG dependent. But there are so many ways to make money off of so many Pokemon. You want to ask yourself, how do other people make money, and what methods do they do, and then how do you serve those people? Is taking one step back, if that makes sense. Great question. Alrighty, fellas. Didn't exactly get as many amulet coins as I would have wanted on today's streams, but I think that's a good place to go ahead and call it for now. That is a little 4-hour stream on a Tuesday. I will see you guys tomorrow on Wednesday, and then hopefully on Thursday, but I'm unsure. I'm actually heading over to a friend's bachelor party this weekend, and we leave Thursday. So I'm going to try to stream Thursday, but I don't know if I'll have time, so no problem. That'll be up in the air. But thank you for you guys for watching. Have a great day. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Dislike if not. Subscribe for daily PokeMMO videos if you want to see them every single day uploaded here on YouTube. Follow me on Twitch for streams Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. Discord down below if you want to go above and beyond and support the channel. YouTube memberships, Twitch Primes, Twitch subs, and PayPal and Venmo dual. I'm going to be here. I'll see you guys later. As always, the PokeMMO journey continues, and hopefully we see some Shiny War news soon. I'll see you guys for now. Peace, peace. Yo, what's up? Outro Patrouski here, and I wanted to say thank you so much to everybody's name who is on this list. You really allow me to make the content that I do every single day, and I hope I can make it worth your guys' while and add to your PokeMMO journey. Thanks again so much for watching the entire video, and have a great day.